Hi there. So, this topic I've been thinking about since last night, and I knew that I wasn't supposed to talk about this last night, which would have been October 27th, 2025. And I said, well, wait till tomorrow, which would have been today, October 28th, 2025, Tuesday. And it's the title is Black Brown Women Rising in Consciousness. Um, I What made me think about doing this, is because I was looking at Dr. Delbert Blair, and if anybody want to look up his name, it's Delbert. That's Delbert Blair, Blair. Dr. Delbert Blair. Okay. And the title of it was a 10-minute video that somebody else uploaded. Okay. Somebody else uploaded him talking in one of his teachings, one of his conferences, probably from the 90s or early 2000s. Okay. And the title of it says, Act Like You're Gods. It says, Act Like You Are a God, or something like that. I need to let me look at my history. Get it right. Hold on a second. Let me look up my history, get it right, because that's what made me want to talk about this with brown women. He didn't say anything about brown women, but his topic made me think about it because he was talking about Earth, okay? And the Earth had fallen into a coma. And the reason why Earth had fallen into a coma is because the people forgot who they were. People meaning brown women. What other people forgot who they were? The brown women. Now, the reason I say that is because, and let me look at the history so I can find this guy's the title of the video. And hold on one second. I don't want to take too long and be quiet too long, but let me look and see. It's You Are a God, Start Acting Like One, Dr. Delbert Blair. And the person page is called Passion for the number 4 Creativity. Passion for Creativity. 4 is the number 4, not spelled out, not FOR. It's 4, like the number. Passion for Creativity. And the title of it again is You Are a God, Start Acting Like One. And it says Dr. Delbert Blair. Okay? I want to play this because I want you to hear it. All right, here we go.
You are asleep, and the alarm clock of the cosmos is ringing, not with a gentle chime, but with the roaring fury of a transformed sun. This is not a metaphor. This is a cosmic wake-up call, a spiritual ultimatum delivered through the electrifying discourse of Dr. Delbert Blair. He speaks of a forgotten history, a staggering fall from grace, and a sacred duty encoded in the very fabric of your being, your melanin. You are told you are the chosen, not by chance, but by consequence. The original carriers of a divine light who sought to outcreate the creator and were cast down into the very reality you forged. Now, the planet you shaped is stirring from a coma induced by millennia of failure. The sun has shifted from a filter to a capacitor, amplifying deadly cosmic rays that will soon scorch the headlines and test the soul of humanity. This is not an extinction event for all, but a great divergence. The choice is yours and the time is now. Will you be among the awakened, Those who channel the new light raise their vibration and become a living shield against the coming storm? Or will you remain among the spiritual dead, vulnerable to the soulless architects of control and the very plagues they engineered? This is a message of brutal truth and unparalleled empowerment. It is a call to spiritual warfare, demanding immediate discipline, unwavering meditation, and the reclamation of a power you always felt you had lost. The battle for Earth and your soul has entered its final phase. Are you ready to awaken?
You must awaken now. You are the melanin carriers.
Now, this right here is Dr. Delbert Blair speaking. Okay. The person before that is, I don't know if that's the guy who uploaded the video or who that was earlier. But this person right now is Dr. Delbert Blair. Where it starts, where he says, "You must awaken now." That's Dr. Delbert Blair speaking. Okay, I'm going to go back. I just wanted to make sure you didn't think the first person was Dr. Delbert Blair, for people who don't know who that is. Okay.
The soulless
This is somebody else.
And the very plagues they engineered. This is a message of brutal truth and unparalleled empowerment. It is a call to spiritual warfare, demanding immediate discipline, unwavering meditation, and the reclamation of a power you always felt you had lost. The battle for Earth and your soul has entered its final phase. Are you ready to awaken?
You must awaken now. You are the melanin carriers on this planet. You were the original 12-stranded people, and you were given that privilege through a whole lot of work in time. It was not something given to you by chance. Because you fell from grace and sought to make better than your creator, you suffered by that you created, and then also was brought to your planet that you created in a higher form. In other words, once you think that you are a God, you must act God-like, not sometime, but all the time. Because once a God falls short, there are so many things that are not God-like, just waiting to lapdog you up and tear you apart, that you're open then to the whole holy cause of the cosmos. In the great role of play that is a planet, people are brought to it to learn and to show in physical embodiment, physical reality, in a lifetime, what they have learned in the heavens of earth. What they have learned on the spiritual and mental plane is of no value until in a time when given a physical body with physical challenges, you see what you can do really under pressure. Time and time again, some of these best people failed. And time again, as they failed, it lowered the vibration of the planet until the planet was put into a coma. Thank you. The planet now wants to awaken. It is almost awakened.
The original people of planet Earth were black, melanated people. Okay? And the blueprint for the human, most of us know now, is the woman, the brown woman. Okay? After I finished playing this, and he talked about how Earth went into a coma because the people started to fall in consciousness. And so Earth went into a coma, okay? Because Earth is a type of consciousness. It's not just a physical planet, it's a type of consciousness. And once that consciousness falls, then Earth is gone. The same thing that happened with Tiamat, and the same thing that happened with other types of civilizations and planets. It's a type of consciousness. But okay, I'm gonna finish playing.
And the more you begin to channel in successfully this new energy through your pineals, through your melanin, your energy fields will attract more and more of cosmic light. Let's put this another way. Our sun was nothing more than a step-down transformer. Some people call it, if you're into physics, a transducer. It is now a capacitor. It is a step-up transformer. Whereas at one time it filtered out great light and energy that came from deep space to our planet so that we could live under a sun. And you remember the saying, there's nothing new under a sun. And there isn't. In 59, it completely reversed its polarity, and now it is sending forth energy, augmented by the kind of what they call cosmic and gamma rays that are coming into it. This year, by this summer, you will begin to hear more and more about sunspot activity, solar prominences, perturbations, and how our sun is a deadly enemy about to annihilate us all because it is going to burn us up with X-rays and gamma rays. Not all of us. Not all of us. Some of us. And who are the us's? Whoever are the chosen. How are you chosen? You choose yourself by following the disciplines you know you should have been doing, not tomorrow, but yesterday. By doing the readings and the research and taking the time to spend in meditation, the things you thought you should have done 5 years ago, you start them immediately tomorrow. By not being threatened or coerced, you do because of the goading mechanism within your own spiritual consciousness, that you know you should be doing as though a policeman was there or mother was looking, and you do better than both of those authoritarian figures because you are arising. Once you channel in that light, for every one of you, you're worth 1,000 of non-channelers because they're the dead. They will not awaken. You cannot wait for them. If you do not do that in mass, you will be subject to the technical prowess of a people who are soulless that now have control of this planet. And if you're...
This is the stuff that's happening right now that we're seeing. Okay?
ready to go up against them, I bless you. If you're ready to go up against them alone, I feel sorry for you.
I'm backing it up.
And you do better than both of those authoritarian figures because you are rising. Once you channel in that light, for every one of you, you're worth 1,000 of non-channelers because they're the dead. They will not awaken. You cannot wait for them. If you do not do that in mass, you will be subject to the technical prowess of a people who are soulless that now have control of this planet. And if you're ready to go up against them, I bless you. If you're ready to go up against them alone, I feel sorry for you. For you will learn a lesson that will stay with you forever. You cannot match them in their technology. Forget it. What you knew subconsciously, and what you know even as you hear the tone and tenor of my voice is true, is that some way or another you could raise a spiritual quality that could match that in some kind of way. You just didn't know how to go about doing it. And you know that you had lost something and you wanted it returned. You have that privilege now. AIDS and every other man-made deceptive agent to stop you from progressing physically and cause your journey of life to end quickly will only be thwarted when you can raise your vibrational rates enough where none of those things can exist within that contact field. And then those that met it and made it will mete out its suffering and suffer the same thing that they started. The planet cannot help you till you vibrate high enough to take the light. It's just that simple. Other than that, you will be destroyed just like those that are trying to destroy your planet once again.
path is clear.
Okay. So I just want to play that. But the reason why I brought up brown women is because I want to say it was it 2024 or 2020? It's 2023. I started hearing this siren. It was like in a kind of I was in a dream, and I was hearing that siren. What's the name of that movie with that siren? The Purge. The Purge siren. So I'm gonna play it now. The Purge siren. And I'm gonna tell you why I bring up brown women. Here we go. So this is what I was in a dream, and this is what I was hearing. And this was in 20, I want to say like maybe late 2023, or it could have been early 2024. I heard that sound. Um, and as I was hearing it, it was dark outside and I was in a dream. And I heard a brown woman's voice saying, consciousness is going down, baby. Consciousness is going down, baby. You know, and the voice was Vivica Fox's voice. And I was like, why would I hear Vivica Fox's voice? But then I realized it's really not about her being Vivica Fox. It's so that I would not overlook the fact that this is a brown woman's voice. Because had I just heard any old random voice, I would have overlooked it. And the reason why Vivica Fox, because she's a known actress. And I would have realized, oh, okay, this is a brown woman's voice that I heard. It's not about Vivica Fox. And like, why would I hear her voice? Why wouldn't I hear a white man's voice? Why wouldn't I hear a black man's voice? Okay. And that's when I realized it's the brown women who need to rise up in consciousness to really, really end all of this. I'm talking about as a collective to end all of this. Now, you can have other people individually, you know, who can rise up. But I'm talking about as a collective, it really needs to be a lot of brown women who rise up in consciousness. Now, some brown women are not who you think they are. Some people who appear to be brown women are not who you think they are. Okay. So I say that to say, I remember saying a few months ago about praying for brown women instead of just telling her what she needs to do and she needs to change and she needs to do this, you know, like telling her to love herself and who to choose. And, oh, well, if you love yourself, you wouldn't choose a person like that. Or, you know, and it gets to a point where it's best to go on and pray for folks, because what's going to happen is if you constantly just tell them what they need to do, they're already rooted in their behaviors. They're already kind of rooted in their patterns. A lot of times most times they have strongholds, and telling them what to do is not going to make them stop and make better decisions. And if they do stop, it's only because they're following some other kind of trend, but it's not anything that's going to be have any depth to it. They could appear like a couple of movements that's been going on with brown women, like movements. And then you see some brown women that appear to be going towards this movement and they look like they're waking up or whatever. But then then you see them turn back around and do the same thing that they always did before. See, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're going to have to change people's hearts, but they're going to have to, you can't change it. You can plant a seed, but you can't change anybody. Okay. You can plant a seed, and whoever is meant to get that message is going to be the one to get it, and just leave it there. So that's why I can't constantly worry about what brown women are doing and say, oh, brown women, let's stop this. You got to stop this. So they can't really help it. You know, and so when you like say when you pray for somebody, like if you pray for a group of people to have self-love or rising consciousness or whatever it is, what happens is just think about like if you ever went on a fast or if you ever went on a detox and you notice that you have lost interest in those things, like it could be certain types of foods or whatever, or it could be people, friends that you used to hang around. It could be somebody you were dating, or just family members that you were around, and all of a sudden you have lost interest in being around those people. All of a sudden, you and that person have you distance your relationships from each other. You stop eating certain foods, like you just lost an interest for it. It's not even that you had to try to stop. You just lost an interest for it. See, that's what I'm talking about. It has to be a change of heart. It has to be a change of heart. Because when people start movements and then you have other folks who just want to follow the movement, but they're not really rooted in whatever it is that they call them, whatever direction they call themselves going into, whatever movement it is, they're not rooted in that type of thought pattern or process. They're going to go back to whatever they were doing before. The same way when people lose weight all of a sudden real fast and they gain it back real fast. Because there's no strong roots in whatever they did to lose that weight. There's no strong roots there. They just did it to lose the weight. But there's deeper problems that's deeply rooted that needs to be uprooted, or else the weight is going to continue to come back. Okay? So when I say pray for brown women, I mean so that it's going to have to be something that's that, you know how people say, you know, if for those who used to go to church or who goes to church, the pastor would say, the only reason why you ain't here now is because somebody prayed for you. The only reason why you thought to come in here now is because somebody prayed for you. Okay, a lot of us used to hear that when we went to church. But that's what I'm talking about. See, all of a sudden they might have a thought that goes across their mind that they need to, they might all of a sudden just have a desire to start doing a certain thing, right? They might have a certain desire to fast. They might have a certain desire to cleanse. And the thing is, once you continue to do all that stuff and release yourself of toxins, release yourself of certain emotions and thought patterns that no longer serve you, and food will have a lot to do with it too, you know. But once you start to release yourself of those things, then you will automatically lose interest in things that are bad for you. You're automatically you're gonna start losing interest in those things that are bad for you. Okay, and that's why I say pray for them. But definitely, I feel like brown women rising in consciousness is what's going to cause Earth to rise in consciousness. It's going to be, I feel like, brown women. Okay. I remember I had this dream, or I want to say it was 2023. I had this dream, and I was in Mars. Okay, I was in Mars. In 2023, I was in Mars. Okay, and as I was in Mars, it looked just like, you know, the place it looked just like I was in United States of America, but I knew that I was in Mars. Okay, but it still looked like United States of America. Like you still, you know, people look like people from the United States of America, and you still had the buildings and stuff. But I just knew that I was in Mars. Okay, like your consciousness could be. That's why we can't agree to everything. We can't keep agreeing to all the stuff these people want to do. Because they say it as they trying to help you, but really what they want to do is control humankind and mankind. They want control. These people like control. These entities, they like control. I want to call them entities. They like control. Anyway, as I was in Mars, I saw this brown woman and she said, Earth is dying. She said, Earth is dying. Now, why would Earth be dying? Because I knew that Earth was a consciousness. It's not just some kind of, it's not just some planet that you see on media. This what media shows you that Earth is. Who got outside of Earth to show you what it looked like? I want to know who got outside of Earth to show you what it looked like. Okay? Who did that? Because we see a picture of Earth. But who actually was able to get outside of it, outside of the planet, to actually show you what it looked like? So that's what I'm saying, that Earth is not just some Earth is not just some round looking planet that we have seen on the media pictures. And I know some people say, well, Earth is flat. Well, be that as it may, whatever it is, what I'm saying is these people were not able to get on the outside of Earth to give you a picture to show you what it looked like. And they're deceptive. All they do is lie. So whatever they give you, I wouldn't believe it, because all they do is lie. They don't want you to know the truth, because if you know the truth, they will no longer be in power. It's the truth that's going to set you free. And that's why so many brown women have a hard time accepting the truth. I posted a video about how brown women refuse to accept the truth. And it's the truth about who she really is. She denies her own power. She's refusing the truth. And the truth is what's going to set you free. And these people do nothing but feed you lies, because if they actually gave you the real truth, then there would be no such thing as an Illuminati, because everybody would be illuminated. See, right now, they're the only ones who are so-called illuminated, because they are holding on to the truth and keeping the truth away from the masses. So they call themselves the Illuminati. You have very few that really know the ultimate truth. And the others who are asleep, low in consciousness. Okay, because if everybody knew the truth, there would be no such thing as Illuminati, because everybody would be illuminated. Okay. And so, yeah. And I believe black women are, well, I don't believe, I know, there's so much under attack. But even ChatGPT told this to a white woman. The white woman asked, why are her words are, why are black women always under attack? And ChatGPT simply said, because black women are the blueprint for humanity. And, you know, of course, they went into further detail. And ChatGPT told her that's why black women are always under attack, to keep her that's why she's always under attack, because human beings are under attack. And in order to really get rid of that consciousness, you have to attack the black woman, because she's the blueprint. To keep Earth from rising in consciousness, so these entities can survive, these soulless entities can survive, to keep Earth from rising in consciousness, that means they have to constantly attack the black woman or the brown woman. Okay? And so, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So when she said Earth was dying, when I saw this lady in Mars and she said Earth is dying, I said, okay, so you saying that the brown woman is dead. You're saying that the brown woman is dead. Earth is dying. That means that the brown woman, collectively, she is dead. And everything is being done to keep her consciousness low, to make sure that she don't rise up, because they don't want Earth to rise up. Okay? Anyway, that'll be it, and I'll talk later.